Well, hello everybody, Ian here, back with the HOF micro shelf layout. Gosh, isn't it pretty cool that you can pick up a layout in one hand and like check it out. So yeah, we're on to week 2 of this now, which is probably going to start day 5, day 4.5. Don't know. It's difficult to quantify the time that you spend on it when in the summertime and the heat and the humidity around here. It can be difficult to work out how long you actually spend on something. I mean, there has been a couple of days when I did the back when I did the covering of the foam contours with the spackle and the ballasting as well, that took a lot longer to dry than usual. So the drying time there was really exacerbated the length of time that it's is exacerbated the right word? Made it worse? Yes, I think so. Yeah, it's made the drying time longer anyway. So on a normal, in a more reasonable climate, let's say, things would have dried a lot quicker, and so I could have got more done probably. But anyway, we'll take a look at what I've done so far. I mean, I think I'm pretty happy with what's been done so far, and then we'll talk about what else there is to do. So come down and we'll take a closer look. This then is the workshop end, and this is obviously the end that I'm most happy with, and the one that's going to have the least work done to it, because this looks pretty good as it is. Few people and a bit more detritus in the yard, a bit of rubbish being thrown around, and that will look good. I have a bit of an issue with this fence here. It'll do for the minute because, as you remember, I said that this layout was going to be built using things that I had on hand, and I know somewhere I've got some plastruct chain link fencing kit, and well, I want to use that, but I can't find it at the minute. So I found this old decorative railing. I don't know who made this. Even the box doesn't have on it. Oh, it's Model Power. That's what it is. It's Model Power. It's some church railing or something like that. So it does for now, because you know, if this is an old Victorian kind of like original workshop, then it may well have had some kind of like decorative railing outside. So it's okay for the minute, but I think I would prefer some chain link fencing. So it's in, but it could go right now. So one thing that I do have to do, I'll just get in here, I have to chop these 2 walls here away. I have to chop those away because they slightly obstruct the track inside the building there. So, but that'll be okay. That's an easy task. I'll just like strengthen the inside walls there and chop that piece out, and then stock won't derail when it gets shoved into the shed there. But this end is pretty good. So a bit more detritus, a bit more rubbish, the fence, altering the building there, and yeah, that's pretty well a done deal there. The middle section then, we've got a level crossing in here, a simple ungated level crossing. I think that will work nice enough here. I need to devise some kind of other fencing along in this area. I think if I get as many different types of fencing in here as I can in a small space, it will add to the character. We've already got the wooden fencing in the works yard, and that temporary maybe that decorative railing as well, and then the hedges at the other end. So we've got some variety in that there, which is good. Maybe I could go with post and wire along here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see about that. That's one of the this section here is the one that is the most up for alteration and buildings. Still a lot to think about there. So put my thinking cap on. The exit to whatever train cassette, fiddlestick, or whatever I plan here. This end is also pretty well set. I really like the way the line winds along here and under the scratch-built road overbridge there. I really like that. Got to bed the overbridge in yet, so that's the main task at this end. But I think that looks mostly okay. I'm quite happy with the way this works, much as I'm happy with the workshop end as well. So I think that's pretty good. One thing that I had noticed with the track that I'm pleasantly surprised with, it's a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say, is that there are parts where the ballast hasn't stuck to the magnetic strip in the middle of the track there, and it kind of looks, well, as you can see the ballast around it, and you've got these black patches there, and it kind of, to me, suggests like a diesel locomotive has had an unfortunate accident and like leaked oil down the track, and it was something I was going to do anyway. I was going to stain the ballast and have a stained strip running up the center of the line there. And well, it seems like in places I don't have to. Some of places it's like I've lost too much ballast, so I've got to add little bits back in there. But some of it kind of like looks like it is oil that has been put down there. That's it then. That's what I think I've got to do for the next few days. That should keep me occupied, and might even lead to this being finished. You never know. So anyway, I'll get on with that and report back at the end of the week, and we can see how much of what I've planned I've got done. You know, do you ever have one of those days where you put something down and then a few minutes later you can't find it? Well, I'm there right now because, well, as soon as I can stick this sign to this signpost, then the layout is pretty much done. As much as any layout is ever truly completed, but that's it. So all I need to do is put that one road sign together, and I think this layout will well have truly met the criteria that I set out at the start. So I'm going to look for that knife, and then I'm going to stick that sign together, and then we will take a trip up the line and take a closer look at it. Now then it's finished. Oh, knife. It's not the one I was looking for, but any port in the storm. Welcome to the Stafford Ledge tramway. So here at the end of the line is the works, whatever works it is, I don't know. It's just the Wills Station Garage converted. It was a very easy conversion, just messed around with some of the shapes of the structures, added little bits here and there. The guttering and downpipes, those are added. The little cubby there between the two garages, that was added. And the doors there, as the doors are modelled open, that meant that one of the doors would actually have to have the bracing on the inside modelled, which was what I did there, and I'm quite pleased with the way that came out. Then we look in the yard, we see a couple of workers taking a little bit of a break there, rummaging around in one of the old wagons there. Those wagons, there's a flat wagon, a open wagon, and a bulkhead wagon. They came from Walthers. Those are some HON2 industrial wagons. I bought them with the hope of being able to drop some bush wheel sets in them, and they would run along the line, but they don't work, or not to my skills and abilities right now, let's say. One little vignette here, one little detail that I like is the child peering through the railings there at the goings on inside the yard. It kind of like, as he's on the edge of the tray, he almost kind of like breaks the fourth wall in a way, which kind of, I think that helps bring you, the viewer, into the model as well. So I'm quite pleased with that little thing, that little scene there. We move down the line and we've got some cliched trees in there. I put trees in because, well, we have this big forestry background right now. So I thought some trees in there would work nicely. That brings the background into the layout. I will probably add some tinging of some fall colour into the trees there, just to help bring the background onto the layout even more. The fencing there, that's good old-fashioned plastruct strip with cotton wrapped around it. There's a very simple technique from way back in the day. That's one of the first techniques I learned as a child. Was for fencing, you would wrap cotton around matchsticks or something for fences. So that really takes me back to the earliest days in the hobby. That's one of the first techniques I ever learned. So I thought it was kind of fun to put that in there. Here we have the level crossing. We've got my old Ford Anglia there waiting at the level crossing. Now, one thing is that this is an English sign, but all the stock on the layout is Germanic. So I don't know. There are two ways to go around this. I could take these signs out and replace them with something Germanic, or I could run some of my 006.5 stock on here as well, and then you'd have a purely English scene, and I wouldn't have to change the signs. But the road signs are something that's really does locate something, and I think maybe I would consider putting some Germanic signs in there. But that's for another day. I don't have any Germanic signs, and well, as the layout was planned to be built using what I had to hand, I used what I had to hand. Now here's a nice little view we can get as the line winds up the board to the scenic exit. So nice little windy view there. So in the hedges there, of course I covered those in the previous video. Still very pleased with the way those turned out. And then we get to the father and son on the road overbridge watching the trains go past underneath. And then let's just go to the other end and take a look down the layout. And well, I think you can say that it has worked out pretty pretty well.